What is good, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Day 25, yo. 5 more days, and then we will get into the beginner's course. So, let's break it down. Let's see what is up with today's stock. Let's get it. So, Apple today, right now, is up $1.34, up 0.94% on the day. After hours, it is up $1.24. So let me tell you what happened today, yo. Let me tell you what happened. So I was watching the stock, right? Um, it did fill the gap. It filled the gap, which I was really happy about. Filled the gap, went up to $146.70, and it rejected it hard. Um, I'm guessing this is like because of this gap over here. No, that's the 149. Well, it did reject this area. It rejected it pretty hard. But the whole market, it gapped up really hard. So what was it? SPY itself was SPY at? SPY itself was up what, $9? Yeah, it was up like $9. It went from 67 to 75. It was up like $9 today, which is like a big move. And then it had like a little pullback. But then again, it did go all the way up today. So let's break it down. Let's see what is up. Let's hide all the drawings. We're gonna start with that. So remember, I did say that I could anticipate a little bit of a pullback. I also did say that RSI itself could hit the 50 area. I have said that before. I said RSI should hit like the 50 area and probably reject that 50 area, come back down a little bit, and then bounce from there. Um, but looking at the stock itself, we could definitely see the 5 and the 10 look like they're getting closer. So let's zoom in on the 5 and 10. So you see these two purple lines? These purple lines are getting really close. Um, that could either mean bullish or bearish momentum. But looking at this is leading towards bullish short-term momentum. When we look at these two purple lines indicate what's it called? They indicate shorter term trends, aka short term momentum, bullish momentum. Looking at the longer term though, we can still see that these lines are crossed. When both of these, when the 100 and the 200 EMA uncross, or when they like cross again to the upside, then we'll be looking at longer term bullish. But longer term, it's still bearish. Shorter term, it's right now bullish. The candle itself, it went below. It went below. It went to 140, quickly bounced up all the way to 146, came back down a little bit, and now it's at 143. Literally resting on, what is this? Yeah, the 20 EMA. It did fill a gap, which I was really anticipating that gap fill. We could definitely see a lot of stuff coming right now. Let's add the drawings. Let's see what is up. Let's get rid of the EMAs for now, and then yeah, let's get into it. And you guys can see how perfect this is. Like, I literally drew these lines like not too long ago. Like I think on, what was it, like day 15, around there. I drew these lines and I anticipated this. And look how it just looks so clean when the lines just like it tested it like exactly. It went to the T. Went down all the way to 140, 150, 140, 53, bounced up, and came up to this resistance. It held the resistance. I'm not gonna hold you guys. It did hold the resistance. Went above the resistance, came back down, and is on the resistance currently. What we can anticipate tomorrow. I did say a $3 to $4 move. So during the day it was like a $5 move. But in total it was like a $3 to $4 move. Let's break it down though. Let's see on the hourly. Let's see what is up on the hourly right now. So, volume of the day. So sorry about that, guys. I'm a little out of breath because I was doing something earlier. I was like running. Just don't mind my breath. Volume of the day. It's 99 million. I'm just round it to 100. Say it's 100 million, which is above average. That's what we want to see. We want to see more volume coming in. Um, let's see. Let's break it down. On the hourly, this this candle, this was like a lot of selling pressure. Each hourly candle represents probably like between 6 to 10 million. This red candle right here, it was 27 million. That is a lot of people, selling off, and they did sell it off to a certain point, but then it quickly bounced up at the 143. There is now. I'm gonna have to draw this out. There is still another gap to the downside. So the way it works is, there's always gonna be gap ups and gap downs, regardless. So we always anticipate the stock, whether that's in the morning, whether we always gonna anticipate the stock to gap up or gap down. Regardless, it's going to gap up or gap down, regardless. So whether it's to the upside or the downside. So for example, let's just say Apple right now it's at 143.75. After hours is where people, so it's like where the market is closed. So the market closes at 4, right? But you can still buy shares. You can't buy options or contracts except with SPY, but you can buy shares. So when you buy shares, basically, you can either short the shares, keep the shares longer term, buy as many shares as you want. And the way it works is, since people are getting into and buying shares and everything after hours, it makes the stock either jump or come down a little bit. And that is what we're seeing right here. So you guys can see my mouse, but you can see this right here, $1.24 after hours. And it even says after. And then during the early morning, so the market opens at 9:30, right? During the morning, people, they get in and they start buying shares and selling shares and buying shares and selling shares. And what happens is there's like a battle right before it even opens. And based on that battle, people determine whether the market is going to do good or do bad. So right now it's up $1. Tomorrow it could be down $1. And people are like, oh nah, Apple is going to decline the rest of the day. It's going to do bad the rest of the day. Let's get puts or let's sell shares. But yeah, let's get into it. There is a gap right here. I'm gonna draw this out right now. This is the gap. This gap right here needs to be filled. Basically, it has. Alright, so gaps do get filled daily, or 2 to 3 days. This gap has to come to the 139 area. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Horizontal line. Change the color. I'll just change it to yellow. This is like a brighter yellow. Yep. So this is the gap that has to be filled. This gap is already filled, so I'm gonna get rid of that, make it more clearer. This gap has to be filled. And yeah. So right now, let's break it down just a tad. This is the gap that has to be filled. It has not been filled. Right here on the 149 area. Excuse me. 149 area has to be filled. What we can anticipate tomorrow. Let me look at the EMAs real quick. Let me grab the EMAs. Okay, let's get rid of the drawings real quick. Wow, it is looking chaotic in here. Jesus, what is this? 20 to 50 cross. That is beautiful. Okay, when a 20 to 50 cross, is it a cross? Ooh, yes, it did. It did cross right here. So I always look at the 20 to 50. I love the 20 to 50 EMA when they cross because it shows a lot of nice momentum. Like, it's not short-term momentum. It's not long-term momentum. It's like in the middle of the short-term and long-term. So let me explain, right? I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get rid of everything else but the 20 and the 50. 20 to 50, when they cross, it's like beautiful. It's like beautiful momentum. Cross right here, went all the way down. And this is like longer term. So they cross right here. You could have gotten in right here, rolled it all the way down to here. You could have held it also throughout all this and held it longer term. It does give out false signals though sometimes. So like, it crossed right here, right? And this was like at 150. It was at 157 and it went up to 158. You know, a dollar difference. Could have sold it up here, but it does give sometimes false interpretation per se, but that's not all the time. So like for instance, the crossover here at the 160 could have rode up to 164, would have been some nice profit. Came back down, crossed again, and it went from 159 to 148. You just have to make sure that whenever you do these crossovers, you look at like the EMAs, I mean the other indicators and volume and everything. Make sure everything is good. But right now, so let me just break this down for you guys. We finally see that this candle is on the 100 EMA. We did see it went above the 100 EMA. It even held the 100 EMA for a little bit. And then it broke that with this selling pressure. It came back up, and now it is literally on the 50 and the 5. Like you guys can see the wicks. I call it the wicks. This is like right in between this line and this line. I'm looking at like my other monitor to make sure like everything is showing. But yeah, what we can anticipate tomorrow, I'm not gonna hold you guys, but we can anticipate tomorrow with all this momentum. We could definitely see a little bit more upside. So let's draw like the scenarios that I anticipate could happen. So right now the stock is here. I could definitely anticipate it coming here, a little pullback, and then reach the 147 mark. Right. That's anticipation 1. Anticipation 2, I can anticipate it coming up and coming down even further. That's anticipation 2. Anticipation 3, I would say, is it's right here. Fills this gap right off the rip and then just consolidates. These are like the 3 moves that I'm like looking out for tomorrow. So obviously 1, it breaks through support, touches the 200 EMA and just consolidates for a little bit. Option 2, it hits the resistance, comes down and touches the support and just chills on the support. Option 3, it comes down, breaks support, fills that gap down and consolidates. Those are the 3 options I am looking for currently. Sorry if this video is a little long. I just like breaking everything down into it. This is day 25. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything about that stock related, anything, you hit me up. I will reply to you as soon as I can. If you want me to look at a certain stock, I will do that for you. But yeah, let's get into it. This is day 25. We have 5 more days and beginner's course. Well, actually, so it's gonna be day 25, and then it's gonna be video explaining like any questions you guys have, and then what's it called? Then I'll start it up. But yeah, let's get it, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy.